What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're making one of America's favorite food items. I'm talking about a fried chicken sandwich. But not just any fried chicken sandwich, we're gonna coat this in my new favorite honey chipotle barbecue sauce that we're gonna make from scratch. Top it with some coleslaw, put it on a brioche bun. But before we get into that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell and enable notifications as well. All right, my friends, we are going with the chicken thigh today for this sandwich, and we're leaving all the fat on because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. But all jokes aside, guys, the fat is flavor. You can trim it if you want to. You can even use chicken breast if you want, but you're looking for equal sized pieces. We're gonna coat this in a buttermilk marinade. We're not gonna hit it with too much seasoning because we're using my seasoned flour. I will have some ingredients down below for you so you can try to recreate it for anyone that hasn't purchased that yet. There's also a link if you do want to purchase it, you can grab that. About a quart of buttermilk and a couple tablespoons of hot sauce is all we're going to add for the marinade. The buttermilk's going to do a couple things, guys. So buttermilk has a little bit higher acid content that's going to help tenderize and break down those muscle fibers, making the chicken nice and tender and juicy. Also, it's going to help make sure that the flour sticks to the chicken. So we're gonna get in there with our hands, just massage in that buttermilk with the hot sauce. Give this a couple hours if you got time. If not, at least 30 minutes, I would say. And that's all you need. You can hit it with some seasoning if you want to. If you're not using my seasoned flour, you season it, to your preference. But my flour is so well seasoned that if you do too much, you might have a little bit, too salty chicken. That's not what we're going for. So buttermilk and hot sauce, 30 minutes to 2 hours. All right, guys, so coleslaw gets a bad rep. To get the party started, we need about a half cup of mayo, a teaspoon or so of worst word in the world sauce, followed by a teaspoon or so of apple cider vinegar, a couple teaspoons of white sugar, more or less depending on how sweet you like your slaw. We're gonna add a little celery salt. Just a pinch of chicken bouillon powder. And then season to taste with my all-purpose seasoning. Feel free to use whatever your favorite AP is, or whatever you have at the house. A little salt and pepper will get the job done as well. Break out the whisk and mix to combine. Real simple dressing here, guys, for your coleslaw. You want it to have a nice balance of twang from the apple cider vinegar, acidity, and sweet from the sugar. I'm just gonna add just a splash of buttermilk as well. Just to thin it out and give it a little bit more of that bite. Now we're going in with our pre-shredded cabbage. We got red cabbage, green cabbage, we got some carrots in there. Basically your typical tri-color cabbage pack you get from the store. And just simply fold that into your dressing. I like mine to still have some crunch. If you want it all watery like you get from the store, then you can add a little bit less cabbage or a little bit more mayo. But I like mine to still have some texture. That's the whole purpose of coleslaw on a sandwich, in my opinion, is to bring a little bit of pop, a little bit of texture, a little crunch. But that's what I like right there. Pop that in the fridge until you're ready to use it. Next up, we're gonna make our honey chipotle barbecue sauce from scratch. You guys are gonna love this. 2 tablespoons of butter, then in goes the brown sugar. About a cup or so of that, depending on how sweet you want it. You can adjust it to your preference. Then we're coming with the ketchup. Our molasses. A few dashes of worst word in the world sauce. A few dashes of liquid smoke. About a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Then to bring the heat, I'm using just the juice or the sauce from these chipotle peppers to kind of strain it yourself If you want to get crazy, you can blend it up and add the peppers and everything, but that tends to be a little bit spicy for my liking. You give that a good mix. Allow all those flavors to start to come together and marry, or have a one-night stand for the folks that are scared of commitment. And let's bring that to a nice simmer. Taste and adjust the flavor to your preference, guys. If you want it sweeter, you can add more brown sugar. If you want it spicier, you can add some red pepper flakes or more of the chipotle. But that's what we're looking for right there. The last ingredient to arrive to the party for the barbecue sauce is the honey. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. I'm gonna bring this to a simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, allow it to reduce and thicken up. You're gonna have yourselves a fantastic homemade barbecue sauce that one day I'll regret posting on YouTube, because I'll probably jar this up and sell it. It's that good. All right, guys, so after our buttermilk bath, it is time to bread the chicken. We got some chicken thighs here. We're gonna strain off the excess buttermilk, drop that right into my seasoned flour. If you haven't tried that yet, guys, you can get that via the link in the description box down below. Make sure you get it completely covered, no bald spots, well coated. And then we're gonna drop it in some 350-degree oil until it's golden brown and beautiful, and about 175 degrees internal temperature. Nice and simple. One pro tip though, guys, I do like to bread the chicken or anything that I'm frying in advance while we let that oil come up to temperature. That way, the flour has time to really adhere to the chicken. That's going to ensure that it doesn't fall off and burn up at the bottom of your deep fryer. You're going to have some nice crispy and juicy chicken. All right, guys, we're going with brioche for our sandwich today. Toast that in some butter the way the good Lord intended. Once it gets golden brown and beautiful, we'll remove it, fry our chicken, and build us a sandwich. All right, my friends, once that oil is up to temp, in goes our chicken. Don't overcrowd your skillet. I'm gonna fry them up, probably about 8 minutes or so. Looking for 175 internal. All right, guys, so we're gonna choose our victim. That looks like a good one. And we're gonna sauce it up. Oh man, look at that. Little extra barbecue sauce on the bottom bun. A little coleslaw right on top for good measure. And then last but not least, for a little crunch and extra texture and flavor, because I love these, little fried onions right on top. Those are optional, but that's how I do mine. Top bun, and you have yourselves an immaculate fried chicken sandwich. And this is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is get in here for the taste test, but before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Time for the moment of truth. Here goes nothing. Wow.